These are 4 unforgettable half-day trips you have to take when in New Orleans. The first is Alley Plantation. The grounds here are absolutely beautiful. It's a National Historic Landmark. A lot of movies have been filmed here, like Interview with a Vampire. Beyonce filmed a music video here. But it was a slave plantation at the end of the day, so it's a very conflicted feeling you get when you go here. Some people say they sugarcoat slavery. I don't think that's the case. When I walked into the slave quarters and I saw the different contraptions and the walls on the names, I definitely felt something pretty heavy. But they definitely don't focus on slavery like, say, the Whitney Plantation does. So I think it just depends on what you're trying to experience. If you're trying to learn more about the plantation and kind of appreciate the architecture and the grounds, the Alley Plantation makes a lot more sense. But if you're trying to kind of face the history of slavery head on, you're going to want to go to somewhere like the Whitney Plantation. Number 2 is a swamp tour at Honey Island Swamp. This is one of the most beautiful swamps you're going to find, and there's tons of wildlife. We did the boat tour, and we went around and saw alligators, turtles, a ton of snakes just hanging around. But a lot of people come here for the raccoons. They're super adorable. They're just kind of hanging out in the trees, and they'll come down to visit you. And one of the coolest things about this swamp is that Disney actually came out here to scout it for their movie, The Princess and the Frog. And you also can see people that live out in the swamps. So just a really interesting experience. Next on the list is the Chalmette Battlefield. This is just outside New Orleans, and it's the site of the Battle of New Orleans in 1815. This is where a group of U.S. soldiers, local militias, free men of color, Native Americans, and even pirates came together under General Andrew Jackson to deal a super decisive blow to the British. Some people say it happened after the war, but it kind of depends on when you define the end of the war. Still, it was a major victory for the U.S., and they actually used to celebrate an Independence Day in January because of this war. You can see the monument, you can walk around the grounds where the actual charges in the battlefield happened. You can see cannons, and it's just a really cool spot. You also need to check out the National Cemetery there. It's really interesting. They have graves from the War of 1812 and through the Civil War, the World Wars, even Vietnam War. So there's a lot of history there, and it's just a really beautiful grounds to kind of walk around. Next is to drive across the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. So this is the longest overwater bridge in the world. It may take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to get across. Honestly, it freaks a lot of people out and they don't want anything to do with this bridge, but it's a lot of fun to go across. Great views, and then you get over to the other side and you can hang out in Mandeville, this little historic city. You can grab a bite to eat. We grabbed some snow cones from Pelican that were really good. So just kind of a cool trip to do. It's free on the way across to Mandeville, but you do have to pay a small toll on the way back. So those are 4 half-day trips you want to take when in New Orleans. Be sure to follow upon arriving for more travel content for the curious.